That was David Lindley's first solo from These Days Live in 1978. And today we're going to learn how to play the solo. We're also going to take a look at how he put together his phrases and what in particular made them so musical. So let's have a look at the tuning first and then go on to have a look at the tab. We're in open F today, so F, C, F, A, C, and F. Open F. Now if you feel nervous tuning up to open F, then you can always put a capo on the first fret if you're in open E, or a capo on the third if you are in open D, and just make small amendments to the tab. I've got 12 to 52 on this, and this is a sort of a Fender scale length, and there were no problems. It's a little bit nervy sort of tuning up, but it's actually very stable, and the string tension's great. So open F. So just a note before we start, I'm using a volume pedal today. It's an Ernie Ball MVP, and if you don't have a volume pedal, then the volume on your guitar will get you over the line. But I certainly would recommend getting a volume pedal, or thinking about getting one. And in fact, I'm going to be doing a video shortly on exactly that, because I just think it's a really expressive thing, especially for slide guitar. Not so much for normal guitar, to be honest, but for slide, it's kind of really, really interesting. So that will be coming up. But in the meantime, let's have a look at the tab here. We're in open F. We're in open F, and we're going to be basically having a look at the harmony before we have a look at the phrase. So we're going to be sort of going down this F, C sus4, D minor, C to the 4 chord, which is B flat. Now we don't need to worry about the chord names so much as the relationships, right? So here we just have this downward figure going from 1 to 4. And we're going to play this, we've got 2 cycles before we move through into the solo. So the first 2 phrases are going to be over that, in that context. So we're F. Now, how do you sort of think about playing a phrase? One of the things I love about David Lindley is just the way he's so melodic. So let's take some time here just looking at his note choice and how he puts these phrases together. So when we play to, when we play in a key, when we play to a chord, we're often looking at the chord tones, and he's no exception. So he's going to be looking at either 1, 3, 5 often to start. And when we're here, there's our 1, right? There's our 3, and there's our 5 on 7. So he's going to be starting on the 5, right? Makes sense. And sliding in from about the 5th fret to the 7th, but sliding into 7, a little bit of volume pedal if you can. And then we're going to be moving down, the phrase is going to be moving down, sort of following this harmonic pattern here. So we're just basically just falling down the melody in the same sort of way. So strike the 4 again, and then a nice sort of gentle run back up to the 4. Now that's an interesting choice of note, because of course that's the 3rd in F, but in fact we're now in B flat. So we find ourselves with this sort of beautiful sound. It's a major 7 chord, right? It's a major 7 sound. You can hear that. The temptation surely was to go over there, but instead adds this sort of beautiful color. So then that is the first phrase. So the first phrase, notice the shape. pushing up, dropping down, and then just coming back. It almost seems like a question, doesn't it? This note here, which is an A, of course, here. Then the second phrase, we're in the end of bar 2, comes up again, and then slide from 7 to 4, 4, 5, 2, 4, play that at speed, so. What a nice journey, sort of it snakes its way back into 4, which is again our 3 right there. And that's where we ended up at the last phrase, but he develops things here. So 0, 2, and to this one here, which is the second fret of the second string. So let's listen to that phrase again. I'm playing very softly there for some reason. And you'll notice we've sort of developed, and this is almost, again, leaving in this kind of unfinished way here. And we're at least we're on the chord tone now. This is the 3 of B flat down here, right? So that takes us there. We've done 2 phrases, and they're both sort of quite similar. Some repetition through there as you need. We go to bar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to be sliding up. Notice the first 2 were dropping back. This one's now pushing up. So, and then 7, 9, 11. Notice as well these phrases, they're basically built out of the major pentatonic. Is probably a scale you know well. Very much a favourite of Ry Cooder and David Lindley, which is the major pentatonic 1, 2, 3, 6, or 7, 9 in terms of the frets. So again, 0, 2, 4, 7. So major pentatonic. So notice the way we're sort of landing and leaning heavily into the major pentatonic here. So again, so we're in bar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have to keep counting it. And then we're up to 7, 9, 11 again. The volume pedal there. And then we're going to be, by the way, this is on the full 2. The chords are 5. So this is our E here, right? So we're playing, again, chord tones. He would have been thinking here, going from F, which is obviously, and then taking advantage of this shift here, and then lovely stuff there, up to the 14. And then we're going to be pushing up again. 16, 12. 11, a landing on the 12, so it's, and then 12, and then we're going to be going here, this 13, 12, 13, and then we sort of bring in the chord. If you listen to the recording, he does it so beautifully, and obviously he's got a lot of power on the amp there. It just comes in like, and then the sustain sort of goes on all day. He's probably got that massive dumble behind him. And then we go to the C, and I try and sort of a little bit like that. And then we go into this, 3 chord with the first inversion with the C sharp on the top when we just come down there. So it's from here. So we're going through this cycle here where we're going C, A, D minor, C, B flat, and then through here. Let's just have a look at that last sequence there. So from the and then we bring in the chord 7, and then we go 2, 4, 5. So 2, 4, 5. Open, second string, third string open, and then we put our first finger on the first fret of the third string, and then we can let everything ring out there. And that's where Jackson Browne starts singing again on this verse here. So that is the first solo. There's a second solo as well, which is equally good, but I just really like how this is so melodic and so musical, and I feel like he doesn't overplay, but at the same time makes something that's completely memorable. And I really think it's something about how he builds and how he structures the phrases. So when you play this solo, just kind of notice how things fall back down, and notice sort of his accents. He pulls out the very best notes, and using a volume pedal has this tremendously musical and sort of vocal quality. So this is a lovely solo. If you would like to go through the second solo, this is from the live in '78. There's a couple of videos on YouTube that have been pulled from VHS. They're a bit shaky, but man, they're good. I mean, he's at his very, very best, I think, in that concert. Dr. My Eyes was the first. They played them as a medley. So this is about it. And any questions, just let me know. As always, it's good to hear from you guys. And as far as the gear I'm using, maybe I can just put up a quick shot. Basically, it's just the Princeton on 4, and I've got this dumb Kudo pedal, quite hot, and then just an EQ, and of course this volume pedal, which is very much recommended. So guys, let's leave it there today. I hope you enjoyed this one, and see you on the next.